Today's episode is brought to you by Cage Trays Catering and a Taste of Flavor. They offer catering services for small events and 6 homemade seasonings such as all-purpose, ground beef, spicy garlic, just to name a few. Check them out at Instagram at KJ_02. Let your food be the star of the show. Welcome back to Realistically Speaking with KB. I'm your host, and this is episode number 6 of the show. Today's topic is medical marijuana versus CBD, recreational, and street. I mentioned in episode number 2 the different types of marijuana. Now I'm going to break it down. Oh yeah, I just want to let y'all know that studies show that marijuana is the most popular street drug in the country. More than half of U.S. adults have tried marijuana, and it's not the gateway drug. Alright? I'm going to need for people to stop saying that. Alright? If you haven't listened to episode number 2, what is medical marijuana? I'm going to need for you to check it out in order for you guys to understand this episode. Disclaimer. The information I gather is based on my own research. If you guys find an error within this episode, please feel free to comment, DM, or email me. I will correct it in an upcoming episode. So, let's get back to the topic. Medical marijuana versus CBD, street, and recreational. Now, how they the same? They're the same because marijuana is marijuana, okay? Remember, the only difference between them is medical marijuana is prescribed, CBD doesn't cause a high, street is illegal, and recreational is legal and sold in a dispensary. Let's start with CBD. Now, CBD or hemp is the cousin of marijuana. It can come in the form of bud or vapes or topical. The only CBD approved by the FDA is Epidiolex, and it treats patients with epilepsy. CBD is being studied on how it affects people with anxiety, pain, Parkinson's disease, and a few more conditions, but no data showing that it assists with it. Some side effects are dry mouth, nausea, fatigue, diarrhea, and reduced appetite. The good thing about CBD is that U.S. Congress passed and signed the Agricultural Improvement Act in 2018. This law removes hemp from the Federal Controlled Substance Act, legalizing CBD only if it comes from hemp, no THC. A few states have not removed hemp from their State Controlled Substance Act. There is no limit on how much CBD you can purchase, but it is illegal in Idaho, Nebraska, and South Dakota. I bet you ain't know that. Me neither. Moving on to street marijuana. Of course, street marijuana is homegrown and sold illegal by your favorite drug dealer. It comes in flower or edible form. It has lower quality than legal marijuana and may contain pesticides, heavy metals, or other harmful components. People with conditions such as AIDS, cancer, chronic pain, seizure, and many more use street marijuana because they are unable to purchase medical marijuana. Remember, no insurance pays for it. Others use it for a general high. Now, you can purchase it without a card, and it's cheaper than medical and recreational. Some dealers take pride in what they sell and claim to sell premium product, but it can be a hit and miss in quality. It has become more dangerous to buy because it can be laced with another drug, and you can be jailed and or fined. And last but not least, recreational. Recreational marijuana, aka the adult use marijuana, is sold in a licensed store for people 21 and up. It comes in flower, vape pens, edible, concentrates, and topical cream, same as medical. And you can give it away to other adults, but you can't resell it. It's illegal to consume recreational marijuana in public. Some recreational marijuana laws impose the maximum amount you can purchase, possess, and home cultivate. You can purchase 1 ounce, 28 grams, or less. Some states prohibit home growing. Now, the benefits of recreational marijuana are reduction of people incarcerated for nonviolent drug crimes, especially towards the black community. Provide individuals with a legal alternative instead of using alcohol or opiates. And economic boosts such as adding tax revenues and jobs. Louisiana, I'm gonna need for you to get with the program, people. So far, only 29 states are legal for recreational marijuana. States that have legalized recreational or medical marijuana have done so in direct conflict with the federal government, causing tension between the rights of states to create their own laws and the authority of the federal government. Mm-mm-mm. On October 7th, President Biden's proclamation public announcement included a request for the Secretary of Health and Human Services and the Attorney General to initiate an administrative process to review marijuana Schedule 1 classification under federal law and the CSA Controlled Substance Act. Now, I have explained the difference of the three. Let me tell you guys about my experience with marijuana, period. Let's go! Puff, puff for more. Today, I'm smoking on my meter dose inhaler. The strand is sativa and it's called lemon icing. It helps with pain, depression, and stress. For more info on this strand and others, check out Capital Pharmacy. The link will be in the description box below. Story time. Okay, my first time trying marijuana was back in '05. I was 15 and it was with the same family member who I told I was going to commit suicide. I remember her having a blunt rolled and she asked me if I wanted to smoke. I asked what it was. She said weed. I asked where you got that from. She was like, you want to hit it or not? All the shit that I went through, I was like, fuck it, let me hit it. Mind you, I don't know anything about smoking weed. It kind of became a routine every morning. We would hit the block, got high before school, right after my mama went to work. I would get a little buzz, but it quickly wore off. It went on for about a couple of months, and she ended up moving away. Now, my second time trying marijuana was with my first kid dad in '07, after I had my baby. Now, that dude taught me how to smoke. We would skip school sometimes, ride around BR, or go to the park and get high. Mm, mm, mm. I know my butt should have been at school, but I graduated though. Don't judge me, judge yourself. Bloop. One day we was in the car and he asked me if I smoked. Of course, I said yes to make myself feel good, knowing damn well I ain't know how to smoke. He noticed that I wasn't staying high, so he told me to inhale, hold it, then exhale, and said, "Now that's how you smoke." This dude had me higher than a motherfucker. Do you hear me? After I graduated high school, I continued to smoke on and off over the years with associates. I wasn't smoking because it was just a phase. I was smoking because it made me calm, relax, and I wished I could just smoke when needed. Years later, I tried recreational for the first time in Vegas in 2018. I can't remember the name of the dispensary, but it was really secure. They scanned my ID and I had to wait to be called to the back. I really cannot remember the setup, but I had bud, edible cookies, and a liquid concentrate. You had to mix it with a drink because drinking it plain is nasty and it would get you high even faster. I took all three and was floating on cloud 30. I remember walking around Vegas and next thing I know, I woke up in a room. My intake was way too much. I really didn't enjoy the experience of it. A year later, I went back to Vegas. This time, I had so much fun. I went to a dispensary called Mad Men, and they wasn't as secure as the first one I went to, but they did have security guards at the door. When I walked in, I was in heaven. We just everywhere. They were in glass cases. You could view info on the marijuana like the name, the strand, the THC level. This time I had got a vape pen and edible gummies. I had to leave my pen because I didn't finish it in time. But I definitely enjoyed the feeling of purchasing marijuana and not being afraid of the consequence. Now, I tried CBD when I kept getting denied to try medical marijuana as an alternative. When they say you don't get high, you don't, no matter how much you smoke it. Well, in my case, One day, I had decided to go to the smoke shop. I went in and asked if they sold anything with THC. Yes, I did. They said they didn't have it, but CBD or Delta 8. I ended up getting the pre roll. I went home, lit it up. First hit, didn't feel anything. Second hit, nothing. As I'm hitting it, I'm getting upset because I feel like I wasted my money. I just wanted to go to sleep because the insomnia was just, ugh. The same day, I went back and bought the bud. Rolled up a fat blunt and still nothing. I was over it. I ended up mixing CBD and street together. Bad combination. Okay, bad combination. I had a headache and I was cotton mouth. Now you know when you smoke you get thirsty. My anxiety was still up and I gave up on using CBD. It may work for you, but hey, it didn't work for me. Remember, everyone is different. Okay, so this concludes this episode. I hope I was able to provide vital information about medical marijuana versus CBD, street, and recreational. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Realistically Speaking with KB. And be sure to come back this Saturday. I will be interviewing my very first guest, and we will be discussing medical marijuana. I'm so excited. Until then, this is KB, your host that does the most. And don't forget to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Live, laugh, love, and peace.